Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I got this makeup look. First up, skin prep. I feel like this is one of the most important factors when it comes to making a routine that is really glowy and looks natural, especially since I go to a Catholic school. They only allow light makeup as long as you look really nice and clean. Now, I have already cleansed my face in the bathroom when I showered using the Cetaphil cleanser, and it's just really lightweight and absorbs into my skin really well. But as of now, I think my skin is looking pretty okay compared to the pandemic, because my skin was like really bad and it broke out like every day because I didn't know which products to use. But since I am consistent into a new routine, I guess it's been clearing up and there are not a lot of terrible spots that you can see. Like, I also have a pimple here, right there, but you can barely see it because it just grew on this morning, so it's not too bad. So I just try to keep my hands out of it. Now, enough chit chat, because let's get into my skin prep. So for my first step, I like to go in with this Pond's moisturizer. This is the Healthy Hydration in Watermelon. So next, I like to use the Vaseline Lip Care for rosy and pink lips. I also like to use an applicator to go with it because I don't like putting my hands into the actual product. Now for sunscreen, one of the most important steps is I use this Garnier Bright Complete Vitamin C Super UV and SPF 50++. So before I purchase a new product, I like to use the mini-sized version and see if it's really good for me and how it reacts to my skin. So far, I've been liking this and it did not make me break out at all. I like to put it on 2 fingers. So while I get ready, I actually want to talk a little bit about myself and how I basically got myself into YouTube, because this is more like a get ready with me, as if we're on some sort of FaceTime call. So if any of you didn't know, I am 16 years old and I am currently in 11th grade, and I am taking this strand, general academic strand, because they only offer like 2 strands in our school, and that is gas and ICT. But I'm not really a tech girl, so I decided to go with gas. So what got me into YouTube is basically, ever since I was like a little girl, I've always been watching influencers probably my whole life. So that's what got me into makeup, fashion. First, I like to use a concealer that's really lightweight, and since I don't really have much to cover up, I use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 25 Medium. I don't normally use foundation because I feel like it's kind of heavy to my skin and I am kind of sensitive to specific products. And then after this sets for about 2 to 3 minutes, I like to use this kind of brush to blend it out. But before that, I will spray some setting spray into this brush so it will last all day. Let's talk about relationships. I mean, not just romantic relationships or anything, but my relationship towards people at my school as well. After I use a small brush, I'm gonna go in with a bigger brush so I could pick up all the excess product so it doesn't look patchy and dry. So another one is, how do I make friends easily? I mean, you don't just make friends, you don't get to pick who your friends are gonna be, you don't get to see who your potential friends might be. I mean, just try talking to people and then it will actually just work. I mean, people at school usually say na, oh my god, she's like so intimidating, I don't want to talk to her when it comes to me. So I just got rid of that belief of people thinking that I'm unapproachable. So started talking to people really more often. So yeah. And another factor is that people literally come and go. Don't be afraid or don't be sad in this life. You have to accept the reality that not everyone's gonna like you. Not everyone wants to be friends with you. And that's just it. So what got me into YouTube? I've always been watching influencers doing their makeup and I held myself back for as long as I can remember, so I just didn't have the courage or the confidence to do it, so I never got to do it. And probably a year ago I wanted to get into vlogging, and so I did. I posted, I literally only have 9 videos in total, but I'm not that consistent. However, it's good that you tried getting into a hobby and getting out of your comfort zone, because that's what's commendable. Oh my god. So this is the blush that I've been using. This is the Izzy Cream Blush in the shade Baby Girl. So I use the Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade 20 Hopeful. Okay, maybe I put a little too much, but that's okay. Next, I go with highlighter. This is the She Glam highlighter. So I like to use a little bit of a line and apply it there and here on the other side too. And then I use the back of my hand and apply a little bit, so I can use this for my nose and my inner corners later. After that, I use some powder so it will set the face a little bit. I like to put some on the corner of my nose and some on my T-zone. I don't like to use a lot of product on my forehead. And then some on my chin, and a little bit on my under eyes. And I'm thinking of probably using this Dewy Full Water Tint in the shade 13 Custard Mauve. I hate the applicator because it literally leaks through my makeup bag all the time, so I rarely bring it to school. And finally, I use some lip gloss. Now, moving on to hair. Usually my kind of order is outfit, makeup, hair. Now let's do my hair because it is so flat. I had it done a week before school because the ends were just really splitting and they look so dead. Before I do anything to my hair, I use some Heat Protect because I cannot stand damaged hair. I used to not use any Heat Protect, but ever since I got more into self-care, I just thought that it was really important, and taking care of yourself is an investment. So this is the tool that I like to use. This sucks the hair and it just gives the biggest blowout. This tool is literally my holy grail. I cannot survive without it. So as you can see, it's kind of messy, but there's progress because when you brush it out, that's when the volume comes in. Just see the difference that it makes. Do you see that compared to this?
Too long, but I don't wanna come down. Caught up in a long free fall. You got